When you were in the government school, did they encourage or discourage innovative thinking, creative thinking?
Well, I don't think there was many chances to show any innovative thinking. So I cannot really tell.
Anybody else have any views on the influence of Western media?
I think that if this entire world kind of listens to it and they think, oh, West is the way to go, then maybe they won't be unified as under skin color or, let's say, state, home country, but more under a general attitude. And so if we're under a general attitude, then it'll be much easier to get things done.
And what's that general attitude?
That we can do something if we work together, and even if we can't work together, we can still do our own part, and everybody's own part will eventually do something for the world. And so it could help poverty, food shortages. We could get things to places like Haiti faster.
If we work together.
Right now, it's just the world is so big, and it has a lot of problems. So it's like trying to drive 3 cars at once. There are just a lot of things to look at and keep track of, or you'll crash. And so I think that's what's kind of happening.
That's a good
People are
analogy.
kind of getting overworked and trying to look at too many things at once.
But you're hopeful that we'll figure it out or not?
We'll slowly figure it out, and maybe we'll find a better system to figure it out, but as always, it'll probably take a while.
Do you think your generation will be the one to figure it out, how to make the cars work?
I mean, they're already doing it.
Hopefully.
Your generation's doing what?
No, I mean, not my generation, but you have all these solutions already.
Yes. Do you think your generation is any different? Are you guys going to be the ones who pull us out of the mess, or are you going to be just like all the others?
We might put down the foundations, we might, get somewhere. I don't think we would really know, but I think this this generation is more environmentally aware, more globally aware because of the new advances in technology. Now we can just turn on the TV and we can see things like CNN. And so I think that's great. But yeah, after this school probably ends and we all graduate, we'll probably go to the 4 corners of the world, and I think from us and then to the world, we will hopefully make it into the better place, and then our next generations will keep on doing that.
Do you hear your friends talk about that, about wanting to make a difference, or they're just talking about who's wearing what?
And who's the latest singer on whatever?
Well, the thing is, humans tend to leave things at the last second. So I believe they're gonna fix global warming in the last second. I mean, like, they're gonna predict to 2064, something like that, and probably gonna fix it at 2063, because that's what humans tend to do, and it's gonna happen for a long time.
Well, the more desperate we are, the harder we're going to try, because it's a fight for survival, right? So as probably condition gets worse, maybe it starts snowing in, I don't know, Africa, maybe they will start doing something. But maybe until then, they're just going to sit back.
Mainly right now is that 2 main problems are that people aren't agreeing well enough. They're too separated to make any real decisions without making one party or more too angry. Another one is that a lot of people either don't care or they just don't know. And we've already taken large steps to make people more environmentally aware, which is good because schools such as these, a lot of people already are aware, and there have been debates, I think. So I think that's nice.
What do you think about boys, girls? Like, you're all boys. There aren't girls speaking up. Do you think that girls are still less able to speak up and be leaders? Or
No, I think girls have equal rights nowadays, or sometimes even more.
How
I mean,
so?
they voice their opinions nowadays. You know, they have the chance to speak. You know, on the news, you have female news reporters. You have female Congress leaders. You have,
Hillary Clinton.
for example, Hillary Clinton. She's a woman. You know, around anywhere. It still runs in the blood of the people.
How so?
As in, you can go out the street and they will call you like comrade, and you know they for example, the local schools, they still wear the red scarves around their necks.
Young pioneers.
Yeah, and it's very.
That's just for the looks. Has no.
Mao
real meaning.
Zedong ruined everything anyway.
No, there's-
Most of it.
It's
Yeah.
incorporated into their culture already, and I think it's very hard to change it. You know.
I mean, if you told all the students to remove their red scarves, I believe they'd be really happy. So.
It's become a culture.
So Mao made a huge difference in terms of
Yeah.
getting rid of
Yeah.
the
Yeah,
Yeah,
peasant
He
that was
helped
a
suffering.
good and a bad thing because
My
the
dad hates
previous
him.
ruler
My dad
was
hates him.
the previous ruler was not that great either. But Mao, right? He freed the people, but he
Chalk cultural
yeah
revolution.
he cultural revolution.
And he told everybody to give birth to like six kids, and now there's like one child policy. Thanks to
Contradicting each other. So.
like when he started, he was helping China, but then he got really bad.
well, communism is
It's controversial.
no, it's ideal. It's if everything was good, communism would be the best form of
Yeah.
government ever.
where everyone's equal.
Yeah.
Yes.
But
Unfortunately,
it's hard. People have
it
greed.
does not work
Yeah.
very well. The Chinese government started actually realizing that after a while. So they actually, I think, switched their economy to more of a democratic, like the American economy. And see how well that's worked right now.
Well, hundreds of years later,
It's
people might
working,
go back
right?
to communism.
China, well, a while back, maybe a year, I think America lost its number one in most competitive place for like, technology and stuff.
I think America's still number one and China's number two and
Yeah.
Japan's number
But,
three in their economies.
China has gone up. Its economy is,
No, but
there's
China.
lots of new things.
But China's number 2 in GDP. But when it comes to PPP, it's like way down.
No, but isn't
Like-
America in debt with China? I
Yeah.
heard that.
Absolutely.
In 2020, China will be the biggest economy in the world.
Yeah.
Cheap labor, efficiency. I
Yeah,
think
but,
these are all
you
like
know-
the basis of a good and fast working economy.
Right now,
So very soon, I do think that China will take over as the world's number one, but for how long? Before other countries can catch up.
Like India.
Like India is cheap labor and they can do things too.
But once China's the ruler of the world, it's gonna remain the ruler of the world for a long time.
I'm not banking on that
Why not?
because
world is
as
changing.
exactly the world is changing. People are changing. They're gonna follow what China is doing. They're gonna expand with it and possibly overtake it.
No way. No way.
China
Maybe.
is.
If
I mean,
China's
we're
working
talking-
its
we're
way
talking
up
about
slow
30
and steadily, then how possibly, if it goes on top, can a country just
We
immediately
can look.
catch
We
up?
can look at the U.S. It was on top for so long. China overtook it. Other countries might overtake China. We're talking about 40, 50, 60 years.
No, because China can do it cheap. They can most of the
India
stuff.
can do it cheap too.
Yeah, but
But China has the
larger.
most people.
Yeah,
Once
yeah,
every-
Yeah, look
there's
how
more
China
people.
Every
got to
person's
the
mind is.
to the top. Let's say it
Well, still.
copied someone else.
They got it.
It
Yeah,
was
they,
West.
they do.
No, but actually, not China found out the main things such as paper, again, gunpowder, but they were undiscovered because they did not use it for conventional reasons. Like they didn't use gunpowder for war; they used it for fireworks, which is a completely different tactic than other people use, such as making guns to kill people with. Obviously, so.
Well, I've been thinking about this. I want to know what you think. That China has done a better job than India
True.
of
Oh.
correcting poverty. I mean,
Yes.
there's
Yes.
people who are poor in China,
Yeah,
but not like India. So do you think that means that democracy isn't able to make such a radical development process? Or do you think that having a single party autocratic government that says do this and you have to do it is the answer?
No, because
I think neither is the answer. Democracy is more creative lets people choose for themselves.
And it makes people fight for survival. It's not just get a passive job, get passive pay. I mean, the rich get richer, but the people can get rich. Unlike communism, where you won't ever get a promotion, but you'll always get the same job.
Another thing, democracy. Like you can see, people will cross oceans to fight wars, but a lot of people are just too lazy to even vote for example.
Young people,
They're too lazy
especially.
to- Yeah. And so, I don't think democracy is the best answer, but it's one of the answers out there. So, it's one of the things it's just kind of bad at is making quick and precise decisions. Yeah, people have been kind of in controversy about democracy, and some people are saying that they're just making decisions too slowly, too many meetings, too much head shaking. I just hope that the world eventually finds a better system where they will be able to work together and just make decisions that will benefit everybody like that. So that would be a very nice change.